The sun was just beginning to rise, casting a golden hue over the horizon as we packed our bags for the much-anticipated outing. The plan was simple yet thrilling. A day-long adventure in the heart of the forest with my closest friends and my loyal German shepherd, Max. The forest, with its towering trees, hidden trails, and the promise of untamed beauty, was the perfect escape from the hustle and bustle of city life. Little did we know that this trip would become one of our most cherished memories. We set off early in the morning, the cool breeze brushing against our faces as we drove toward the forest. Max, sitting proudly in the back seat, seemed to sense the excitement in the air. His ears perked up, and his tail wagged furiously every time we mentioned the word forest. He had always been an adventurous soul, and the thought of exploring new terrain seemed to invigorate him. As we approached the forest, the dense canopy of trees loomed ahead, creating a natural archway that felt almost magical. The air grew cooler, and the scent of pine and earth filled our lungs. We parked our car at the edge of the forest, grabbed our backpacks, and began our trek into the wilderness. The forest was alive with sounds, the chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves, and the occasional scurrying of small animals. Max led the way, his keen senses guiding us through the maze of trees and underbrush. His enthusiasm was contagious, and we found ourselves laughing and joking as we followed him deeper into the woods. The trail was uneven, with roots and rocks jutting out at every turn, but it only added to the sense of adventure. We took turns sharing stories, from childhood memories to recent escapades, and the forest seemed to absorb our laughter, echoing it back to us in the most unexpected ways. Max was in his element. His powerful frame moved gracefully through the forest, his nose constantly sniffing the ground for new scents. Every now and then, he would stop and look back at us, as if to ensure we were still following. His loyalty and protective nature were evident, and it was heartwarming to see how much he cared for our group. At one point, we came across a small stream, its crystal-clear water glistening in the sunlight. Max immediately bounded into the water, splashing around and cooling off. We couldn't resist joining him, and soon enough we were all laughing and playing in the stream, our clothes soaked but our spirits high. After hours of hiking, we found a clearing bathed in sunlight. It was the perfect spot to rest and have lunch. We spread out a blanket and unpacked the food we had brought, sandwiches, fruits, and snacks. Max lay down beside us, his head resting on his paws as he watched us eat. Every now and then we would toss him a treat, and he would catch it mid-air with impressive precision. As we ate, we marveled at the beauty of our surroundings. The forest seemed to stretch endlessly in every direction, a sea of green punctuated by the occasional burst of color from wildflowers. The tranquility of the place was almost overwhelming, and for a moment we all fell silent, simply soaking in the peace and